When God blesses you, the world around you begins to shift in ways you could never have imagined. It's not just about things you can touch or achievements you can count. It's something much deeper, much more profound. A divine touch that transforms your life in ways that seem almost magical. You will begin to see signs that God's blessings are not just abstract ideas, but living, breathing realities, unfolding right before your eyes. And today, I want to share with you those signs. 5 unmistakable signs that will leave you in awe of the power and grace that flows into your life when God decides to bless you. First, you will experience a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that will completely redefine what you thought was possible. The world will be roaring around you, people will doubt, circumstances will challenge, and chaos will knock at your door. But somehow, in the midst of it all, you will feel calm, you will feel grounded. It will be as if there's an invisible hand lifting you up, holding you steady in the most turbulent of time. People will look at you and they won't understand how you're still standing with such composure. You won't always have the answers, but you'll know deep in your heart that you are protected and guided. This is not a peace you can manufacture on your own. This peace is a divine gift. A sign that God is moving in your life, leading you through the storm, no matter how fierce it may seem. But that's just the beginning. The second sign, the one that will truly leave you in awe, is the flood of opportunities that will suddenly come your way. Opportunities that seem too good to be true. Opportunities you couldn't have orchestrated on your own. It's as if the universe is conspiring to lift you up. Those doors that once seemed tightly shut will begin to open with ease. You'll receive phone calls, messages, and invitations that seem to arrive. People will start to believe in your vision, even when you might have doubted yourself. Doors will open, not because of your own effort, but because God is clearing the way. And you'll know deep in your soul that this is the hand of God at work, orchestrating a plan far greater than anything you could have imagined. Opportunities will flow towards you like a mighty river, and you will be carried along by it. But even as these opportunities come, God's blessings go deeper. The third sign, one that will truly start to amaze you, is the transformation of your character. God's blessings don't just change your circumstances, they change you. The person you are today may not be the person you are tomorrow. God doesn't just want to bless you with things, He wants to bless you with growth, with wisdom, with a deeper understanding of who you are and who He created you to be. In the presence of His blessing, your character will grow in ways you can't even fully grasp yet. You'll become more patient, more kind, more forgiving, more resilient. And here's the true magic of it. Those around you will start to notice. They'll see the transformation in your life. They'll see that the very blessings you receive seem to flow outwards, touching everyone you come into contact with. You'll be a living testimony of what God's love can do when it takes root in your heart. It's a transformation that will leave you humbled, but also deeply grateful for the work God is doing inside of you. The fourth sign, one that will make you believe that the divine is truly at work in your life, is the fruitfulness that begins to emerge from your efforts. Things will start to happen effortlessly. Relationships that once felt strained will begin to blossom. Your work, your passion, your labor will yield results far beyond what you could have imagined. It's as if the very soil beneath you has become fertile, ready to bear fruit. Your relationships will thrive. Your career will take off in ways you couldn't have predicted. Your dreams, those dreams you once thought were too big or too impossible, will begin to unfold one by one. And here's the astonishing part. It won't just be material success. It will be a deeper fulfillment. It will be a life that feels right. Every step you take will feel like the right step. Every connection you make will feel like it was meant to be. This is not mere coincidence. This is divine favor at work. Your life will bear fruit in abundance, and you will be the living proof of God's power to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. But there is one more sign, one that will shake you to your core. The final and perhaps most profound indication that God's blessings are upon you. It is this, the strength to overcome the impossible. Adversity will still come. Challenges will test you. Life will throw hurdles in your path. But when God blesses you, you will discover an inner strength you didn't know existed. You will find yourself standing tall in situations where others would crumble. The trials that once would have broken you will become the stepping stones to your greatest victories. You will have a resilience that defies explanation. It will be as if you are plugged into a power source that is limitless, a power that enables you to keep moving forward no matter what comes your way. And the best part? You won't face it alone. God will be right there beside you, empowering you to rise above, empowering you to become more than a conqueror. As these signs begin to manifest in your life, you'll realize that they're not just coincidences. They are the evidence that you are walking in divine favor. When God blesses you, you will experience a transformation so profound, so magical, that it will leave you breathless. You will see the impossible become possible, the unseen become visible, the unreal. Your life will become a story of grace, of power, of transformation. And others will look at you and say, I want what they have. This is not a blessing of just things. This is a blessing that touches every part of your being, body, mind, and spirit. And the most remarkable part? The best is yet to come. When God blesses you, everything changes. And as you continue to walk this journey, I promise you, more signs will unfold, the blessings will grow, and you will stand in awe of what God has prepared for you. Stay open, stay faithful, and watch how your life unfolds in ways that will shock you, in ways that will leave you spellbound. When God blesses you, one of the most profound and awe-inspiring signs of His presence in your life is the peace that transcends all understanding. This peace is not like the peace the world offers, temporary, shallow, or based on circumstances. The peace that comes from God is deep, unshakable, and supernatural. It's a peace that wraps around you like a warm embrace, protecting your heart and mind, regardless of the chaos that may swirl around you. It's the kind of peace that doesn't make sense to those who are watching from the outside. It's the peace that defies logic, reason, and the natural order of things. Imagine a storm raging all around you, violent winds, crashing waves, the kind of chaos that can shake even the most stable of individuals. Yet, amidst that turmoil, you are calm. You feel a steady confidence in your heart. Your mind is at ease, and though the external world is filled with confusion, on the inside there is tranquility. This is the peace God offers, a peace that isn't contingent on favorable circumstances, but one that exists in the deepest parts of your soul, because you know that God is with you, guiding you through it all. The Bible speaks of this peace in Philippians 4:7, where it says, "And the peace of God which transcends all understanding will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace is beyond human comprehension. It doesn't follow the rules of the natural world. In the face of adversity, when most people would be overwhelmed with anxiety or fear, God's peace rises within you, shielding you like an impenetrable fortress. It guards your heart from bitterness, from fear, from anxiety, and from the overwhelming sense of helplessness that so often accompanies life's storms. This peace doesn't come from a lack of challenges. It doesn't mean that you won't face struggles, setbacks, or painful moments. On the contrary, you may face some of the most difficult battles of your life. But this peace is what will carry you through those challenges. It will help you hold your head high when you don't know what the next step is. It will help you remain calm and focused when everyone around you is panicking. It's the peace that says, even though I don't understand what's happening right now, I trust that God has a plan and I am safe in His hands. What's even more remarkable is that this peace isn't something you can achieve on your own. It's not about positive thinking or relying on your own strength. It's about surrendering to God's will and trusting that He is in control. The more you lean into His presence, the more this peace will overflow in your life. It's a gift from God, freely given to those who trust in Him and invite Him into their hearts. It's a peace that comes from knowing that no matter what happens, you are not alone. God is right there beside you, guiding you, protecting you, and carrying you through. When you experience this peace, you become a beacon of hope to those around you. People will look at your life and wonder how you can remain so calm when everything seems to be falling apart. Your peace will be a testimony to the power of God's presence in your life. It will inspire others to seek that same peace for themselves, to look to God for the comfort and strength they need when life feels chaotic. This peace is a supernatural gift that only God can provide, and when He blesses you with this peace, it will be evident to everyone around you. You will walk through life with a confidence and tranquility that doesn't make sense by human standards, but it makes perfect sense when you understand that it's the peace of God guarding your heart and mind and guiding you through every storm that comes your way. When God blesses you, one of the most powerful signs that His hand is at work in your life is the way He opens doors for you, doors that you never expected to open. These are the kinds of opportunities that come to you in the most unexpected, even miraculous ways. You will find yourself in situations where things seem to fall into place effortlessly, where connections and opportunities appear out of nowhere, as if the universe itself is aligning to support your growth. These are not opportunities you could have predicted. They aren't the result of your own planning or manipulation. No, these are divine opportunities, ones that you could never have orchestrated on your own. And that's the beauty of it. When God is involved, things happen that go beyond your abilities and comprehension. It's as if the very fabric of reality is shifting to bring you closer to your purpose, to open doors that lead to the fulfillment of dreams you might have thought were out of reach. Imagine a time when you were working hard, doing your best, yet certain doors remained firmly shut. You may have struggled with disappointment, wondering if your efforts would ever be rewarded, but then out of nowhere an unexpected opportunity comes knocking. It's not something you could have planned for. It might be a chance encounter, a phone call from someone you never expected to hear from, or a job opening. in a place you never thought you would work. This is the divine favor of God working behind the scenes. It's God's way of saying, I've seen your efforts, I know your heart, and now I'm about to open a door that you didn't even know existed. Opportunities that flow towards you in this way are signs that God is moving in your life in ways that are beyond your comprehension. It's like He's been preparing a path for you long before you even realized it, arranging circumstances, people, and events to position you for a breakthrough. You might look back and realize that certain challenges, setbacks, or detours were actually part of God's perfect plan to bring you to this moment. It may seem like a coincidence, but when you recognize God's hand in it, you see that it was all part of His divine orchestration. What's truly amazing is that these opportunities don't always look the way you expect them to. They might come in the form of something new, something unfamiliar, maybe even uncomfortable at first. You may find yourself stepping into a situation that requires you to grow, to stretch beyond your comfort zone. But as you take that step of faith, you will soon realize that God has equipped you for the journey ahead. What seemed like a challenge at first will turn into an opportunity for growth and success that you never imagined possible. God's blessings often come in the form of unexpected opportunities because He knows what's best for you. He understands the timing, the place, and the people that need to come together for you to experience His favor in the fullest way. When you trust in God and remain faithful to His plan, you open the door for Him to bring those opportunities into your life. As these opportunities begin to flow toward you, remember to keep your heart and mind open. Don't be afraid to step into the unknown, for in the unknown, God's blessings are often waiting. He is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it, preparing your path, aligning people, and opening doors at just the right moment. And when you walk through those doors, you will find that it's not by your own strength or wisdom that you've succeeded. It's because God's favor has been with you all along, guiding you, protecting you, and leading you to places you never thought possible. So stay alert, stay faithful, trust that God is working in ways you may not yet understand, and watch as unexpected opportunities begin to unfold in your life, confirming that His blessings are with you every step of the way. When God blesses you, the transformation you experience goes far beyond your external circumstances. Yes, doors will open, opportunities will arise, and your life may be filled with success and abundance. But the most profound transformation is the one that happens within you. As God blesses you, He doesn't just change your situation, He changes who you are, your character. The essence of who you are becomes refined and reshaped. You begin to grow in ways that are not immediately visible to the eye, but are deeply felt in your spirit and in your relationships with others. The transformation of character is one of the most beautiful signs of God's blessing because it reveals His work in your life. As you receive His blessings, you begin to reflect His love, grace, and wisdom in ways that become evident to those around you. Something that sets you apart, something that draws them in. The change in you won't be about pride or self-promotion, but about the way you treat others, the way you carry yourself, and the way you face life's challenges with strength and grace. One of the most noticeable areas of transformation is in your patience. God's blessings don't come overnight, and He often uses the waiting periods to shape and refine your heart. In the process, you will find yourself becoming more patient, not just with others, but with yourself as well. Where you once may have been quick to anger or frustration, you will now find yourself slow to react, understanding that God's timing is always perfect. You will learn to trust that everything happens for a reason, and you will develop a deep peace in the process. People around you will start to see this patience in action, whether it's in your work, your family life, or your relationships. They'll see you waiting with hope, waiting with faith, and they'll be inspired by your calm demeanor in situations that would once have caused you stress. Alongside patience, you will notice a deepening of your kindness. As God blesses you, your heart expands and you begin to see the world through His eyes. You will become more aware of the needs of others, and you'll feel a desire to serve them, to show them love and care. This kindness will no longer be just a polite gesture. It will come from a genuine place of compassion and empathy. It will be reflected in the way you speak to others, in the way you offer a helping hand, and in the way you listen with a heart that truly cares. People will notice that you go out of your way to make others feel valued, and they will see the love of Christ shining through your actions. Humility is another mark of this transformation. As you receive God's blessings, you will realize that everything you have, everything you are, is a gift from Him. You will grow in the understanding that your success is not your own doing, but the result of God's grace and favor in your life. This realization will foster humility within you. You will no longer be driven by the need for recognition or validation. Instead, you will find joy in serving others, in lifting them up, and in pointing people to God rather than to yourself. Your character will radiate a quiet strength, a strength that comes from knowing that you are nothing without God, but with Him you are more than enough. Along with patience, kindness, and humility, wisdom will begin to flow more naturally in your life. As God blesses you, He will give you the ability to see beyond the surface, to make decisions with discernment, and to speak with insight. Wisdom will help you navigate difficult situations, guide your relationships, and lead you in your work. You will begin to see the world through a lens of understanding and clarity, knowing that God has equipped you with the tools to handle whatever comes your way. Others will seek your counsel, and they will be drawn to the wisdom you impart, because they will recognize that it comes from a place of divine understanding, not human intellect alone. The beauty of this transformation is that it doesn't happen all at once. It's a process, a lifelong journey of growth and change. God's blessings work within you over time, refining you, molding you, and shaping you into the person He has always intended for you to be. As you grow in patience, kindness, humility, and wisdom, people will begin to notice the difference. They will see a light in you that wasn't there before, a radiance that reflects the divine work God is doing. And perhaps the greatest gift of this transformation is that it doesn't just change you, it changes those around you. When your character begins to reflect God's love and grace, it becomes a testimony to His power and goodness. People will be drawn to you not because of your success or achievements, but because they see the peace, the kindness, and the humility that radiate from your life. You will become a living example of what it means to walk in God's blessings, and your transformation will serve as an invitation for others to experience that same divine change in their own lives. In the end, the transformation of your character is the truest form of blessing. It's a blessing that endures, that grows deeper with each passing day, and that leaves a lasting impact on the world around you. When God blesses you, one of the most profound signs of His favor is the fruitfulness that begins to emerge from your efforts. What once felt like hard work, persistence, and striving will suddenly feel more effortless as your labor begins to bear fruit, fruit that is abundant, lasting, and deeply satisfying. The things you have poured your heart into, whether in your career, your relationships, or your dreams, will begin to flourish in ways you could never have imagined. It will be a season of reaping, a time when the seeds you've sown in faith and patience begin to sprout and grow into something beautiful. Fruitfulness in your efforts isn't just about seeing success in the traditional sense. It's not merely about achieving goals or gaining recognition. No, the fruitfulness that God brings into your life is something deeper. It's about lasting impact, fulfillment, and a sense that everything you do has meaning and purpose. It's a sense that your life is aligning with the very reason you were created. The first area where you will see this fruitfulness is in your work. If you've worked hard, trusted in God, and remained faithful, you will begin to see your efforts pay off in ways you couldn't have orchestrated on your own. It may not come in the form you expected, but God has a way of blessing your work that far surpasses anything you could have imagined. Doors will open that seemed impossible. Projects you've labored over will reach new levels of success, and your contributions will begin to have a ripple effect that extends beyond what you can see. This fruitfulness isn't just about climbing the ladder or achieving a certain status. It's about finding fulfillment in your work, knowing that God is using your hands and your heart to create something that has eternal value. But the fruitfulness doesn't stop there. It extends to your relationships as well. When God's blessings are on your life, your relationships will begin to grow and deepen in ways you never anticipated. Relationships that may have once been strained will experience healing. Bonds that were once weak will become strong. You will find yourself surrounded by people who encourage, support, and love you. And as you pour into others, your relationships will flourish. The love you give will return to you in abundance, and the connections you build will have a lasting impact not only on your life, but on the lives of those around you. In your dreams too, you will see fruitfulness like never before. The hopes and desires that you have carried in your heart for years will begin to manifest. Those dreams that you've prayed over, worked toward, and believed in will suddenly begin to take shape and come to life. You will see opportunities to advance your dreams, and doors you never thought possible will swing wide open. And here's the true beauty of it. These dreams will not only be about achieving success, but about the joy and satisfaction that comes from pursuing your God-given purpose. Your efforts won't feel like a burden. They will feel like an extension of your calling, and the success you experience will be deeply fulfilling. The fruitfulness in your life will also bring lasting satisfaction, a sense of peace and contentment that goes beyond material success. The fulfillment you experience from seeing your hard work come to fruition will bring a sense of deep joy that is not fleeting. You will no longer feel empty even when you achieve your goals, because the fruit you bear will be full of meaning. The success you experience won't just benefit you, it will create a ripple effect in the lives of those you influence. Your work, your relationships, and your dreams will begin to have a lasting impact that extends beyond your own personal gain. This is the kind of fruitfulness that lasts, a fruit that endures and multiplies, impacting generations to come. God's blessings bring effortless flourishing, a sense that your life is no longer about striving and struggling. As you continue to walk in His favor, you will find that things begin to come together in a way that feels effortless. It's not that you stop working hard, but you will begin to see how God multiplies your efforts. The seeds you have sown in faith, patience, and persistence will begin to yield fruit that is far greater than anything you could have done on your own. This is the kind of success that brings glory to God and fulfillment to your soul. In every area of your life, you will see the abundant fruit of God's blessings. Your hard work, your relationships, your dreams, and your purpose will begin to bear fruit in ways that are more fulfilling than you ever thought possible. And with each fruit that is harvested, you will experience a sense of fulfillment and peace, knowing that you are walking in the purpose God has set before you. This fruitfulness is a sign of His favor at work, a sign that He is with you every step of the way, guiding you and blessing you as you strive to live a life that honors Him. It's not just about what you can accomplish, but about the eternal impact you are making in the world around you. Your life will become a testimony of God's grace and His ability to take your efforts and multiply them in ways that bring glory to His name. In life, adversity is an inevitable part of the journey. No one is exempt from facing challenges, whether they come in the form of personal struggles, health issues, financial setbacks, or emotional turmoil. But when God blesses you, He doesn't just give you blessings in the form of success or peace. He also equips you with the strength to overcome adversity, the kind of strength that doesn't simply survive difficulties, but rises above them, the kind of strength that draws on a deep, unwavering source, God Himself. When you receive God's blessings, you are not left to face life's trials alone. His blessings are not just tangible gifts or moments of favor. They are a constant source of strength that fortifies you in times of struggle. In the face of hardship, when it seems like the weight of the world is pressing down on you, God's strength will be your refuge. His power will flow through you, and you will find an inner resilience that helps you endure and overcome whatever obstacle. God's strength is not about physical might or sheer willpower. It is a supernatural strength that comes from Him, empowering you in ways you could never imagine. It is a strength that transcends the limits of human ability. When you feel like giving up, when you feel exhausted or overwhelmed, God's power will rise up within you. This is the strength that enables you to endure what would normally break others. It is a strength that carries you through moments of despair, knowing that you are not facing your struggles on your own, but with God walking beside you, leading you through the storm. As you go through life's trials, you will begin to discover a power that is not of this world. This power is not something you can summon by yourself. It comes from your relationship with God. It is a power that rests in knowing that God is with you at all times, that He is your refuge and your strength, and that He will never leave you or forsake you. This power transforms how you respond to adversity. Instead of being crushed by the weight of the challenges, you will rise above them with a sense of purpose and confidence. You will develop a resilience that others can't help but notice, a quiet strength that comes from knowing that your struggle is not in vain, and that with God you can and will overcome. This strength also gives you the ability to endure. Life doesn't always provide instant solutions or quick resolutions. Sometimes the challenges we face seem endless, and the road ahead appears long and difficult. But with God's blessings, you will find that even when the journey is hard, He gives you the endurance to keep going. It's in those moments when you feel like you can't take another step that God will whisper words of encouragement to your soul, reminding you that you are not alone, that He is with you every step of the way. His strength will help you keep moving forward, one step at a time, until the victory is won. Moreover, God's blessings don't just provide you with the ability to endure, they empower you to overcome. You won't just survive your difficulties, you will come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more equipped for whatever lies ahead. The challenges you face will become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Each trial, each obstacle will strengthen your faith, sharpen your character, and deepen your relationship with God. You will look back at what you've been through and realize that God has not only helped you survive, but has transformed you through the process. And here's the most beautiful part. As you experience God's strength in overcoming adversity, you become a living testimony to others. Your story will inspire others to trust in God's power, to find hope even in the darkest of times. People will look at you and wonder how you've managed to keep going, how you've been able to rise above what seemed impossible. And you will be able to share with them the secret. It is not by your own strength, but by God's power at work. It is His blessings that have carried you, His strength that has held you up, and His resilience that has allowed you to endure. When you lean on God's strength, you gain an inner power that sustains you and propels you forward. You find a courage that comes not from your own abilities, but from the limitless power of God, who equips you to face whatever challenges come your way. This strength is not temporary. It is a lasting power that builds endurance, resilience, and victory in your life. And with each battle you overcome, you grow stronger in the knowledge that nothing is too great for God to handle, and that with His help you will rise above any adversity that stands in your way. So, whenever you face a difficulty or obstacle, don't rely on your own strength alone. Tap into the power of God, the strength He so freely gives, and trust that He will empower you every step of the way. With God's blessings, you have the strength not only to survive, but to overcome, to thrive, and to emerge victorious on the other side.